I was very scared. I thought, wow, I messed up. I shouldn't have done this. This looks very bad. Because I come home and my lips are already really swollen and I'm feeling very self-conscious. And because my husband's like, wow, he's like, I can't believe you did this. It looks terrible. My little 5-year-old, who's very emotionally intelligent, was like, wow, mommy, you look gorgeous. Wow, you look beautiful. He knew that I needed to hear it. I did not look beautiful, but that little kid saved me right then and there. And my oldest kid, he's another boy, he was like, wow, mom. He was like, mom, I don't know, what are you talking about? I don't see a difference. So there you have it. Got it all. Hello, in today's video, I wanted to share with you my experience with lip injection. In case you're interested in having a similar procedure done, what to expect, what to look for. For context, I am 42 years old and I have never had any other injectable, including Botox or fillers. Historically, I've been a little bit shy with the needle. I feel like I'm not quite ready to go down that route, but never say never. I definitely see work out there that looks beautiful and great and natural, and I think it's so empowering when you find something that really works for you. I've been focusing on more preventative things like wearing sunscreen and the kind of the quality products that I use, microderming, as well as limiting my own motion. Like for example, whenever I am frustrated or maybe like really focusing hard, I just try to be aware that I'm not furrowing my brow or something like that. I've also stopped using straws because it really lines your lips. In terms of how this all happened, how I went from being a no injectable person to getting lip injections, I was invited to Dr. Nysteen's office, who is a surgeon in New York City, and he specializes in making women feel great, especially moms, like whether it's a tummy tuck or breast lift or whatever it might be. And I was invited there by his esthetician. Her name is Tara, and she wanted to give me a Lutronic laser facial, which is a laser facial that is extremely effective. It's actually been the second time that I do it. I noticed results right away, including diminished wrinkles and fine lines and smaller pore size, more suppleness and elasticity in my skin. So even though it is more painful than the actual lip injections that I got, I did just do it last week again for the second time because I noticed that my skin looked far superior. So I was invited there to try that. And while I was there, she said, oh, is there anything else that you would want to get while you're here, including Botox and fillers or whatever it might be? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I've always wanted slightly bigger, more luscious lips. And she was like, this is so fun. Let's kind of show you what the possibilities are and then you can make a decision then. And one of the things that I really, really wanted to be sure of is that I didn't end up looking fake or like that pillow face filter that's on Instagram that just looks so plastic. And there's just definitely a mold out there right now. Like, I think there's a lot of celebrities that have a very similar mold with the lips and the filler. And I wanted to stay away from looking like that. And at first I didn't really think I could go through with it because I am such a control freak. I'm very type A. I'm the person that has like a hard time relaxing during a massage. So I thought plastic surgery is probably not for me and I don't really know if this is gonna work out. Got the facial done. It was very painful and I was gonna walk away because I'm like, why start now? You know, why start the injectable journey now? Well, so I was ready to kind of get out of there. I didn't want to experience any more pain that day. There's something about her demeanor and her non-pushy way that I started asking more questions to understand like what the possibilities were with my lips, including a lip flip, which I'll definitely include some article links below on. That's a different possibility. It also really helps with the fine lines and wrinkles. In particular for that one, it involves, I think, a combination of Botox and filler as well. So there's a lot of options right out there. But I asked her, is there a way that I can just have more plumpness, but still look like myself? I really don't want it to be noticeable. And she said, yes, I will just give you a sprinkle of lip injection and it'll be extremely subtle. I'll just use 1 unit, whatever that means. She got to it, she numbed me a bit, and she gave me a breast implant to kind of grab onto for pain, which I was like, oh no. I've just been through so much pain. The last thing I wanted was to experience more pain. But she gave me the breast implant and then she got started, and I really can't say it was very painful at all. She was done maybe in like 5 minutes. It was, you know, she kind of would inject and she would kind of like massage it in and, you know, create the shape that she wanted. And she focused a lot on my lower lip. My top lip is naturally a little bit asymmetrical, like one side's a little bigger than the other. So she even kept that about it. Like she just poofed it up a little bit, like right in the center, and really stayed away from the side because she said that is what would really give me a very fake kind of more molded look. I just kind of went with it and I was like, it's now or never. One of the things that my mom has made me promise is to never get lip injections. She's like, it looks so fake. Whatever you do, don't do it. Do anything else. And the whole time in the back of my mind, I was thinking my mom is not gonna like this. And it's funny because my mom did not notice it whatsoever on FaceTime. Even when I saw her in person a month later, she did not notice. I had to point it out to her and she was like, wow, you're right. I can see it and it looks amazing and it looks so natural and your lips look phenomenal, but it was so subtle that maybe I looked better to her, but she couldn't quite tell what was different. So that is exactly what I was looking for. Just that subtle thing, but you notice that it looks better and I'm able to highlight my lips more and wear like those really nice shimmery lip glosses that I really love that look great on people that have nice luscious lips. Some of the things that you should watch for when hiring somebody to do injectables on your face. Number one, stalk their social media accounts. People like Tara and this plastic surgeon share their work all of the time. And you can kind of see like, do I like this? Is this for me? Do I like the results? Do I like how people look afterwards? I think that social proof is so important because they're documenting their work. It's kind of like a portfolio. That is really important, but that's not everything. And they also have to be licensed medical professionals. Like med spas are just a bad idea. Like go to somebody that is a medical professional that has done the work, that's done the actual courses, that has practice. This isn't like their first rodeo. Some of the things that I kind of learned afterwards in having it done is I had a lot more questions afterwards that in my excitement I didn't think to ask. So I didn't think to ask, how long after this can I wear lipstick? The answer to that was a few days. And also, is there anything I should keep in mind? Like for example, you have like wounds in your lips, right? Because you were injected and it's not like you look cut or anything, but one of the things that I try to avoid was making sure I didn't get a canker sore. So I didn't want to get fever blisters all over my fresh, injected lips. The other thing that I was not expecting was how swollen I would look and how bruised. I looked like I had been punched in the lips for about a week. And I was very grateful that I didn't have an event or a photo shoot right afterwards, because if I would have needed a lot of makeup to cover it up, because the very first day I was extremely swollen. My lips were huge. And I thought for a second, great, I'm gonna end up looking like Caitlyn Jenner. This is my Caitlyn Jenner moment, nothing against her. I think she's beautiful, but I don't want her actual features, I want something more natural looking. And she said, don't worry about it. I texted her and I said, look at this. And she said, this is totally normal. It's gonna go down by 50%, within the next 3 days. And sure enough, it did. The bruising was there. So just be mindful, like plan it around something like that. I really didn't think long and hard about what I had going on, but I was lucky that I didn't have anything. Give yourself a week and always know that you can always dissolve the filler if you wish, if you're super unhappy. However, sometimes when you dissolve a filler, it also gets rid of your natural hyaluronic acid. You'll end up with looking not quite like yourself either. So I think the best thing, in my opinion, is to start really small, and then to just, if you don't like it, just let it, like give it 6 months, it'll go away on its own. And so would I do it again? When I went back for my Lutronic facial, it had only been, I think, a couple of months, so I definitely didn't need a plump up or anything like that. I'll see how I look in 6 months from now and see if I need a little bit more. Well, that's it. I just wanted to share with you in case you're thinking about it, my personal experience. Don't forget to subscribe if you had fun with me today, and hope to see you really soon.